Bullet is the archetypal cop thriller, and it cemented Steve McQueen's credentials as the king of cool. But it was a part that he almost didn't take, and for reasons that would be hard to guess. One of Bullet's biggest fans is the director Quentin Tarantino, and in his book, Cinema Speculation, he says that McQueen almost didn't take the role because, according to McQueen's then-wife, Neil, he felt a mysterious kind of connection with his audience. He felt they were younger and hipper than the normal movie stars, and he knew they cared about the clothes he wore and the things he did in a movie. And Neil remembered Steve saying, if I make this movie, if I make Bullet, as a cop, my fans' heads would spin. At the time, police were not particularly popular, he felt, among his demographic. Indeed, Tarantino says that McQueen was not a great reader latterly in his career. He charged the movie studios $1 million just to read their scripts. But Neil McQueen, his then-wife, said that McQueen did read car magazines, at least at home, and eventually she persuaded him to take on the role as Frank Bullet. As Tarantino says, the plot of Bullet is reasonably hard to follow even for its devotees, and during the filming, Steve McQueen and his co-star Robert Vaughn ripped out pages of the script. They felt there was too much dialogue, too much exposition, and perhaps that had the consequence of making the film a bit harder to understand. But as Tarantino says in his book, Cinema Speculation, it doesn't really seem to matter. People watch because of McQueen's reptilian cool and because of its signature car chase and indeed its great soundtrack. Bullet and his partner have to protect a man who's about to testify at a big commission against organised crime on Monday morning over the course of a weekend, but his location is compromised, and that's the start of the action. McQueen had some mixed feelings, mixed memories about Bullet. Interviewed in 1980, he said the script calls for Frank Bullet to drive a Mercedes convertible. You know, he's an educated man, he's devil-may-care about things, so of course he's going to drive something like that. Well, somehow this was too tall an order for the stunt coordinators, so they go to the junkyard or somewhere and come back with this clapped-out Mustang. This looks, I said, like something a pervert would drive. McQueen also complains that another problem with Bullet was that Robert Vaughn's pants are cut too short, all of them, because they thought it was Robert Wagner in the movie who is shorter. Peter Yates, the English director of Bullet, had previously directed the Cliff Richard movie Summer Holiday. Bullet was probably the commercial peak of his filmmaking career. And I hope you can download the new Speckled Band single, Steve McQueen.